Simsims, the Dark Linear here. I bring you another video, and again, wanted to send this one sooner, but I think it was a bit late, but better late than never. But anyway, if you just see my reaction, that was my first time reaction at the time of watching Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and what can I tell you, man? Let me tell you, the Transformers franchise, at least the Generation 1, is by far my favorite of the I would say, of my childhood. I rate higher than Marvel, although I love Marvel, but I was introduced a lot of Marvel through Transformers, and I think for those that remember, in Marvel UK, Transformers was actually part of that scene. So, and I remember seeing Spider-Man, the black Spider-Man symbiote suit in there. So that was quite a special treat. So love this trailer. I loved everything about it. Steven Caple Jr. has managed to cement and put his stamp on this. Yes, Michael Bay is producing, but he's only producing. I'm expected to see a lot, which I felt I saw a lot of his direction in this movie, and I feel that when going forward, we are going to see his style, his movie. Same way as with the original director, Brian Knight, I believe, did the Bumblebee movie, which was again a great beginning. It was a very tongue-in-cheek in the sense that the first 5 minutes of the movie was exactly what die-hard fans wanted to see of the whole film, but it was centered around Bumblebee and his mission, and that was solely it. So he succeeded in that. This movie, Rise of the Beast, obviously I hope to see multiple Transformers. What we want is predominantly, and I think for everyone is expecting, Transformers. We want to see them in the forefront. I want to see the personalities shine through. We're introduced to 5 of the Autobots, I believe, and obviously the Maximals, which are going to be in there. I believe it's going to be Optimus Primal, Rhinox, and Cheetor. I think they're going to be those 3 from what I know. Air Razor is also a species, and if I do believe, I think as far as I can remember, or from the bit I've got to have to go through, but yeah, we're gonna see these obviously first time coming forth, their beast forms coming to play, the style, the look, the feel, again the Autobots and the Maximals coming together to fight against the Terracons and the Predacons. Now notice we don't hear, at least for the time being, any Decepticons. So it's going to be very interesting. I think obviously if the Decepticons were to come, maybe towards the end of the film, we might get a sneak preview, maybe Megatron. You know, he could still dwindling back in Cybertron, because I think in the sequel he'd have to make his impact. So I think, fingers crossed, which I'm pretty sure, at least by the reaction of the trailer, that people loved everything about the Generation 1 feel, as well as the Beast War feel. And Beast Wars was actually a great series when it came on. I remember watching it. The graphics and the style was very quiet. It was low level. I mean, it was definitely like very sub-tier type of graphics. No, it's very low budget. I mean, compared to now. But back then it was something. I mean, it was the first time we saw computer generated graphics, and when they came the storyline was great. I think the story was great. It hooked you in from, you know, going back to Earth, the Neanderthal era, before obviously lands formed and the multiple of human beings came. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out, especially when you see both the leaders of Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal come together. John Perlman doing the voice of Optimus Primal, and it'll be very interesting to see, you know, the two styles of command. You know, I mean, whether Primal will have the same moral sense as Prime. You know, he is his kind of forefather in a sense. So I think it'll be interesting to see the steps that he takes, you know, to become the leader. You know. Yeah, I think obviously there's so much I'm sure we're going to be left in the surprises. RC, as we see here, looking lovely. You know, I'm glad she's kept very much the look of what we expect to see from the Generation 1. Again, like I said, a lot of Caple Jr. Has managed to keep is the synthetic of Generation 1, and I think that was the important thing, to step away from everything that was Michael Bay orientated, because those robots were appalling. So really to see the look and style of the robots as they were now, especially for those that have seen Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, that looked very heavily Generation 1 feel. So I cannot wait, and it would be great to see other robots, Autobots, speak as well. You know, Bumblebee, again, I think they're going with the whole radio communication. If they've got to do that way, they've got to do that way. But obviously, you got characters like Mirage, RC, that will be obviously speaking, and Wheeljack. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's going to be a very interesting camaraderie. You know, as well as the Decepticons. You know, I want to see them come through. The Decepticons, the Terracons, and the Predacons. I want to see the dastardly nastiness through. I want to see why they're wicked, why they came to Earth. What is their reason, their sole purpose? Is it to follow the Autobots, the Maximals? Again, it's to integrate with part of the history, but obviously you want to know a bit of history from them, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot left over from what we expect to see. So no, it's going to be great. Peter Dinklage, I heard it was going to be the voice of Battletrap, who is the leader of the Terracons. There are some other voice actors. Let me go back. Let's see the voices and stuff. So Michelle Yeoh, she will be playing a Maximal Air Razor. Peter Dinklage, he's playing a Scourge. I beg your pardon. He's playing a Scourge, the leader. Pete Davidson, Autobot Mirage. Ron Perlman, again, Optimus Primal. He will be the central leader. Stratosphere, supposedly, it will be voiced by John DiMaggio. Peter Cullen, needless to say, our man, Optimus Prime. You got, I think, a Terracon, Nightbird, voiced by Michaela J. Rodriguez. So okay. Wheeljack, again, character by Cristo Fernandez. Liz Koshy, she'll be voicing RC. David Sobolos, sorry, I'm butchering the names now. He'll be voicing Rhinox. Another character by Toby Nwege, voicing a character called Reek. Yeah, okay. At least those are all the Autobots so far. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more to come, but that's the Transformers, should I say? There'll be more to come. But no. Again, I can't stress how important this film is, and I think everyone has had their disappointment with the Michael Bay run. I have had disappointments. The first movie was good, but the rest of them just ended up becoming so badly trash. But I remember at the time of leaving the number 3, I was stoked. I remember my mate Patrick, we went to see it and stuff, and he didn't like it, but I was hyped up about the movie. It was only until a few weeks later when I kind of realized, you know what, I think I hyped it more than I did. And realization of this when it came in the form of when part 4 came, and Age of Extinction, and that felt it. You know, I think I lost 2 friends due to that. It was bad. And let's not go into number 5, where I think I worked a tear. I think I literally wiped a tear from my eye. What, just seeing this trash unfold in front of my eyes. Notice Michael Bay didn't do any coverage for this. Only did one, but he barely came up for a show press of any of this. You know, because what could he do? How could he explain what he was putting forth in front of us? Clearly, he had no idea what he was doing in terms of he thought he could get the wool over all our eyes by sending us chewed up material on TV, flashy, trash, compactorish, and just dash it in front of us to say, here you go, this is what to expect. But I think the fan base, me included, have stressed how fed up we are. Michael Bay, just stick to the other stuff you like doing, because clearly you did not like doing this movie. I think it was more of a cash cow. That was what you were looking for. In terms of everything, what the premise and the story was, you butchered the hell out of this thing. So I'll be very glad. Very much what they're doing with DC. If this is to be the reboot, please let us just reboot from this. And from what we saw of the images, everything that looked and seems to go in the right direction of where it is. Story-wise, I think it's just, we're not sure, but at least for now, for what I see, looks plausible. All you have to do really is just center around the robots and have them really have the personality, let them speak, converse, have issues with each other. You know, I'd love to hear. I want to see their individuality come through. When you have that, I guarantee you, the fans will love it, because it's personalities they see, not like what we didn't see in the previous films. This is the way to go forward. So I'm looking forward. I'm so much looking forward for this. That's all I have to say, really. Nothing more, just cannot wait for this movie. It is my anticipated film for 2023, for sure. I am stoked. I'll be watching it. I don't suppose they're gonna watch it 3D, but I will obviously go watch it in the biggest cinema I can find. I mean, IMAX at the moment right now is going through refurbishment. I don't know what's going through there in Waterloo, because most of the films now have stopped. So I think they may have been bought up by another chain. Well, we'll have to see what happens. But that being said, guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. What are you excited about this movie about? Are you looking forward? Are you not looking forward to? Are you optimistic? Are you not? Are you apprehensive? Is there things that they need to do in order for you to convince yourself to go and watch it in the cinema? What else needs to be done? What else needs to be shown? Again, I loved Bumblebee, and I think Bumblebee was one of the best live action Transformer to date. Thank you very much, and good times, man. This is Transformers. I think this is the resurgence that we need. I think once this movie establishes itself fully and is in the cinema, then people watch it, and it's about that repeat viewership. If they like it once, they hopefully will like it again. And this one hopefully will be available to watch in China, and for at least for the time being, there shouldn't be anything that should cross it or should not allow it for it to go forward with certain just allow it, well, certain discrepancies which some countries have in terms of their distribution, you know, what they can show, what they can't show. So anyway, that being said, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon next video. Peace.